Hey everybody, today I'm going to show you guys how to make one of my favorite recipes post-op. It is a low-carb ketogenic FatHead pizza. You're going to start off with some almond flour, some mozzarella cheese, sorry that this is sideways, some regular just cream cheese, and 1 egg. So first you're going to pour a cup and a half of mozzarella cheese into a large bowl. This recipe actually came from a blog that I read called LAZYKETO. So if you guys want to find her, just Google LAZYKETO FatHead pizza, and that's where the actual written recipe is from. Then after you have the mozzarella cheese in your bowl, you're going to take 2 heaping tablespoons, I was using a teaspoon so I just kind of doubled up on that, of the cream cheese, and you're going to break it into small little tiny pieces in there with your mozzarella cheese. This part of the recipe is just for the crust. After the crust is made, I'm going to put on different toppings, which you can put any kind of toppings that you want. So what we're going to do next is we're actually going to heat this up in the microwave for 30 seconds. You're then going to mix both cheeses together, and it's not going to be completely melted, so you will have to put it back in there for probably another 30 seconds to get it to the consistency that you want, but you are going to need to mix it up a couple different times so that it is nice and melted and mixed together. After it is all mixed together, you are going to put 3/4 of a cup of almond flour into your bowl with the cheese. And this is what the cheese looks like before you mix the almond flour in there. It's just all nice and melted together. And then once the almond flour is in there, you're going to incorporate all of that and get it all nice and blended. You don't want to see any chunks of the almond flour. It could take a little bit more heating in the microwave to get everything the way that you want it to be, which you will see in just a second on this video. I did just add an egg in there, and that will all be incorporated. And make sure the egg is broken up nice and well. Scrape the sides of your bowl. This does get ooey gooey and sticky, so you want to make sure that everything is all together. Now I am just spraying my hands with a little bit of canola oil spray. You can use olive oil, whatever you want, and you're going to knead it together like you would a regular pizza dough. At this point, it is all kind of getting to where it's looking like a dough, and you're just going to pull it apart, kind of just make sure that every little crumb and chunk of almond flour is dissolved into the cheese. And I kind of just knead it exactly like I would a pizza dough, and this is what it looks like actually after you have finished kneading it. So next you're going to spray parchment paper with a little bit of your canola oil or olive oil, and you're going to knead the dough with your hands into the parchment paper. It can be as thick or as thin as you like. Just one little tip for you guys, only put 1 crust into the oven at a time. If you do put more than 1, they tend to burn. This recipe can be a little bit finicky if you don't do it exactly how you're supposed to do it. So that's what it looks like after I had it all kneaded on there. I put it in the oven at 410 degrees for 8 to 10 minutes until it was nice and golden. These are the ingredients that I'm actually using for toppings. I have some Alfredo sauce, bacon, chicken, Italian cheese, and tomatoes. I also used a little bit of Parmesan cheese on the crust. You don't really have to do that if you don't want. I know it's a lot of cheese. And you can also use sun-dried tomatoes instead of the fresh tomatoes. They are a little more high in carbs, so I just kind of chopped those up into small pieces. What you see me doing here is actually just popping the bubbles out of the crust. You want to make sure you do that, and that's what the crust looks like after it's came out after the 8 to 10 minutes. You're going to just spread your sauce on. Like I said, you can use whatever kind of sauce you want. Tomato base or even vodka sauce might be delicious. I use Alfredo just because I think it tastes really awesome with the chicken and bacon. And this is just me sprinkling the chicken and bacon onto the pizza. I also add the Italian cheese on top of that. And that is just a 4-cheese Italian blend from Sargento. And I got all of this at Publix. It can be a little bit difficult to find the almond flour, but I know they do also sell it at Kroger in the organic section. So this is what it looks like after all the toppings are on, and now we are going to put it back in the oven at 410 degrees for another 8 to 10 minutes, just until everything's melted, cooked down, and together. You could leave it in there a little longer if you like your pizza to be a little more brown. And this is what it looks like. You just chop it up into little pieces. I use a pizza cutter, and I believe that this pizza has about 1 gram of carb per slice. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you really enjoyed this. I don't really know the stats on this, but I can look them up for you if you would like. I hope you guys enjoy.